YouTube, Craig here. This is a slightly different video to what I am usually used to posting. It's not a pickups video, which is good. Have a break from the pickups. Just try and get comfy. This is my Black Series 6-inch Star Wars collection. Now, yeah, I went through a really weird... I've always collected Star Wars memorabilia. I'll kind of give you a quick, brief backstory on this. I've always collected Star Wars memorabilia. I've got Star Wars figurines from the age of when I can remember, like collecting figurines, probably like 9 or 10. So it's always been there, the drive to get Star Wars figures and such. And then weirdly, I've never heard of the Black Series kind of line, the Black Series collection, because I kind of went away from the figurines and obviously started on with the retro video games, and I kind of never looked back. I'd pick up an odd bit here and there if I saw a bit going, a Star Wars figure here and there, but yeah, I totally missed the Black Series line of figures completely. I didn't even know it existed. And then just before The Last Jedi came out, did that come out in November, December time? Just before that came out, we're talking September, October, the hype of Star Wars leading up to The Last Jedi kind of got me, like, rejuvenated my kind of love for collecting the figurines, and I kind of started looking into it, and I started joining groups on Facebook. And these started popping up everywhere, these figures, and I was like, what on earth are these? They look cool as fuck, but what are they? It turns out, basically, your 6-inch figures, they're kind of... Oh, we've got the horrible sun. I was hoping this wasn't going to happen. So we've got the... Oh, it's the light. I'll have to kind of angle it so the light doesn't shine on it. Anyway, so they kind of, I'd say they're like an adult's version of figurine. They're a collectible, basically. I believe they kind of made these for the adults to collect. They're articulated a lot more detail on them than your standard like figures you get, your 3.5 inch. Yeah, they just look the business. The articulation on some of them is crazy. I've decided to keep all mine boxed. That's kind of how I roll with these. A lot of collectors I watch, they open them all up and stand. I have nowhere to display them yet. I do plan to kind of take them all out of boxes in future, but not just yet. So a brief history on these. They basically they started in 2013 with what was called the Orange Line. This is classed as the red line of the collection. They started with the Orange Line. That was 2013 to 2014, so that just went for a year. I think they released maybe 15. I can't remember the exact figures. Released maybe like 15, and not all the main ones that you would think. There's some, if you kind of look it up. I'll try incorporate images into this video if I can. But if you look it up, they want the main ones that you would expect. You'd expect maybe the first line of figures to have your R2, your Luke, your Han Solo, your Leia. No, they didn't do that. They really went like an odd way of releasing these figures. They kind of released just, yeah, random. So you had your 15 of the Orange Line. That went for a year. And then you had 2014 to 15 was the blue line of figures then. Again, just a year, just 15 figures. And again, another completely random assortment of figures. I don't think the Orange Line even had Darth Vader. Don't quote me on that. I can't quite remember. I know there's a few that I've got. I've got a few of the Orange Line, a few of the blue line, and then mine are kind of mainly the red line of figures, because this is current. So the red line of figures started in 2016, and that's what we're on now. Everyone expected them to kind of end the red line, you know, like in 15, 20 figures in, but they've just, rather than ending the red line and bringing out a different colour and style of box, because the boxes are completely different. The orange, the blue and the red, they're different styles of boxes. They didn't do that with the red line. They just continued to release them, which is a bit odd. It kind of changes from what they've done in the past. But yeah, they're still out today, like the Solo movie. They've released more Redline figures for the Solo movie, and they continue to just number them. Obviously, we've got 28 here. They continue to just number them. I can't remember. I think they're on 60, 70 in the Redline now. Something ridiculous. So I'm just going to show you my collection. I started collecting in September. I stopped just after The Last Jedi. I felt my love for the Star Wars in general kind of fell to pieces after watching The Last Jedi. I wasn't overly impressed with that movie. So yeah, I only collected for like 3 or 4 months. It's not the biggest collection you'll ever see, but it's quite impressive for like 3-4 months of collecting. So yeah, we'll start. I'm just going to do them completely random. We'll start with Scarif Stormtrooper. This particular figure is from Rogue One, I believe. He's cool. I kind of hold him there. Yeah, he's cool. Then we jump straight into the blue line of figure, as you can see here. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he is number 8 of the blue line figure. He's not the best, to be honest. He doesn't really look like Obi-Wan Kenobi. But look, that's the blue line style of figure. I got this guy really cheap at Toys R Us. Toys R Us were doing a sale around Christmas time. I think I got him for like a £5, something like that, which is good. We've got Rey, number 2. Well, it's weird looking at it backwards. Number 2 in the red line, we have Rey. And this is from Force Awakens Rey. Jakku Rey, I believe. Next up we have General Hux. He was one of my first characters I bought. I got him from Home Bargains. This is when I first found out about these figures. I went out, I heard they were on offer at Home Bargains. Number 13, General Hux, and I got him for like 3 or 4 quid. Something like that. One of my favourites. This is Snowtrooper. I had him back in the day. He's clearly from Empire Strikes Back, I believe. Yeah, Snowtrooper. I've had him out of the box and kind of set him up with his gun and everything. He looks freaking awesome. He's number 35. Right, we've got number 1 of the Redline collection, which is Finn. Finn from Jakku. Again, he's not got the best... he's not got the best detail. He's not the best figure, to be honest, but it was number 1, so I had to get Finn. Number 27 of the red line is Director Krennic from Rogue One. Him, I can nearly remember where I got all these from, which is quite sad. Him I got from say that and then I forget. No, I can remember. It'll come to me. He was on offer. Oh, is it there? Anyway, I can picture the shop. I just can't remember the name of it. Oh, TK Maxx. TK Maxx started doing them like on offer, and I went in because when you're part of these groups, everyone's throwing on the groups where they're on offer and how much they're going for. Someone put on TK Maxx. I'm like, boom, straight out in the car. Go to my local TK Maxx. He was the only one that was there, so I got him. Right, we'll go for number 43 in the red line, which is your Vader. Vader's quite good in this red line. He's got a lot of shit for the blue line figure with the removable helmet, I believe. I haven't got that one, but people gave who makes these? Is it Disney? Maybe Disney took over. People gave the creators a lot of shit over that figure because it wasn't the best, I believe. But yeah, he's quite good in the red line. Then we have number 48 in the red line, and it's your classic Stormtrooper. The Stormtroopers are synonymous with being like the best figures of the Black Series because they're just so well made and they look fucking awesome. And you've got the articulation on the arms and everything. We're holding the guns. Yeah, they look awesome. Number 45 in the red line is Kylo Ren. This is Kylo Ren from Last Jedi, I believe. He doesn't come with the mask. He comes with the hilt and his saber, of course. Sorry for the glare on the packaging, guys. Number 31 in the red line collection is the AT-AT pilot. I'm not sure which film this guy's from. Someone post in the comments. But he was on offer, so I grabbed him. He's quite cool. any kind of trooper figure in this line are awesome. Number 6 in the red line is your Captain Phasma, of course. Force Awakens, Last Jedi. Phasma, she's quite cool. Yeah, really good. She looks very much like a stormtrooper, so quite well made. Ugh, cramp. Number 51 in the red line is Finn, First Order Finn. So where in the Last Jedi, where he kind of goes undercover to get onto the ship, and he fights Phasma. What else? Oh, we have a blue line figure, and it is Chewbacca. Yeah, oh man, the glare's horrible. Sorry, guys. Chewbacca is quite decent. Number 4 in the blue line. As you can see, the blue line boxes are way cooler. They have like this artwork on the back. I prefer the blue line boxes. And then they are. You see, you've got your. I'm gonna carry on doing all the lines. We've got 54, which is Snoke. He's Snoke from whatchamacallit? Last Jedi, I believe. Then we have number 50 in this collection, Praetorian Guard. The Elite Praetorian Guard. These figures I really do like. I had him out of the box. I got him for Christmas. And I had him set up on Christmas Day. Oh, building quite the wall here. Number 3 in the red line is Force Awakens Kylo Ren with the mask and everything. It's quite cool. Sorry about the glare, I really am. Oh, there's still some artwork on the red line, but not as much. A load of jargon on the back. 44 in the red line is Rey, and this is Rey from the island where she meets Luke when she has a brief training stint. So that's Rey from Last Jedi. We have number 14 in the red line is X-Wing Atzi, I believe. He dies in The Force Awakens flying an X-Wing. It's quite a cool figure. Little frogman. Number 25 in the line is an Imperial Death Trooper. He's quite cool. Oh man, the glare is shocking. Nope, we're not getting away from the glare. Whoa! No matter what I do, we're not getting away from the glare. Sorry guys. Yeah, he's alright. He's quite cool. 53 in the red line is Poe Dameron from Last Jedi, I believe. He's kind of renowned for not looking anything like Poe Dameron, which he doesn't. Number 40 in the red line. Some of these figures can fetch quite a lot as well because they mustn't have sold that many. Qui-Gon Jinn goes for a decent amount. It's quite cool. He looks good. His green saber. And his changeable hands, as you can see. Here's the hand when he's in his Jedi stance. I really didn't do it justice then. So as well as, I have an orange line figure. The first orange line figure shown, and it is Sand Trooper. I love this guy. This guy's one of my favourites. Glare, go away. There you go. You kind of get the gist. Backpack and all. This is probably joint favourite with my most expensive. This guy, I think he cost me 60 or 65 pounds. He's number 6 in the orange line. It's Boba Fett. Now Boba Fett, he fetches a pretty penny. Just because of how cool as fuck he is, basically. He's a really good one. I've had him out so many times. No matter how you stand this guy, he looks wicked. He's one of my favourite characters. Whoa! Anyway, number 6. So I've got 3 orange line. The other orange line figure I've got is the most expensive Black Series figure I own. Right, so as well as orange line, blue line and red line figures, they have a whole bunch of like Comic Con exclusives. I think this is like a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Again, I might be wrong, but it's Stormtrooper, but it's like in a snazzy box, which you kind of lift up, and there he is. Oh, these are better to show. Look at this. Why can't they all be like that? No glare. First Order Stormtrooper. So not your original. This is the one from Force Awakens. It comes with like some sort of manual in the back. I've never really had him out, I don't think. But again, you can't be on a... You can't lose with the Stormtroopers of the Black Series collection because they're awesome. They're everyone's favourites. People just collect Stormtroopers in bulk, you know, build Stormtrooper armies with the Black Series figures. So as well as like specials, they did the 40th anniversary a couple of years ago. 2017, were it last year? 77? Yeah, 40th anniversary. They released the 40th anniversary Black Series figures, and they came in the like Kenner original, you know, the boxes. These are really tricky to get hold of. I only managed to get 2, so I'm gutted about that. I got Chewbacca. As you can see, they're like the ones back in the day with them all on the back. I got Chewbacca, I got Tusken Raider. I do want to get more of these, the 40th ones, because these just remind me of the figures, how they were released back in the day. But the Tusken Raider's cool as fuck. The only problem with these is you can't take them out. And as well as the 40th anniversary, they release a whole load of deluxe figures, so like bigger ones with vehicles and such. This one, for instance, is one I got from eBay. This is a Kylo Ren. He kind of opens up, and he's got like the banner, the First Order banner, and he's got Darth Vader's helmet look, as well as his own. He's got Darth Vader's. He's in there with a cloth cape, and the box is really cool. This is Kylo Ren. I think he's on Starkiller base, is it? I believe. Again, don't quote me on that. Oh man, he needs to go back down there. One of my favourites. This was one of my favourite figures back in the day. I had this guy with this vehicle as well, and it's Scout. It's a Scout Trooper with the speeder bike. This is gonna glare like shit, but that's probably the best I'm gonna get. So this guy's really good. He's one of my favourites. Awesome box as well. So he's one of the deluxe figures. I've had him out and I've had him displayed. He looks really cool. Get a closer look at him there. Scout Trooper. This one's really snazzy in itself. This is my only Obi-Wan Kenobi figure that I own. Again, it comes in one of these boxes with the Velcro. This is the Obi-Wan Kenobi from the original Star Wars, A New Hope. You know, where Luke shows him R2 and R2 plays a message.
General Kenobi, years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you to help him in his struggle against the Empire. I regret that I am unable to present my father's request to you in person, but my ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission to bring you to Alderaan has failed. I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to retrieve it. You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Awesome. How cool is that? Good, eh? You get his lightsaber, and you get the saber he gives to Luke. You know, the one that was Anakin's. He's a really good figure, actually. He looks quite like Alec. Alec Guinness, is it? Alec? Yeah, and I love this little table as well. So that's a cool one. I've got this poster. I got this given to me with the Starkiller Kylo Ren, and it shows a whole load of figurines. Last but not least, this is my most expensive one, which I keep. This is sealed as well. It's never been opened. I haven't even had him out of the box. It's an orange line figure. It's the trickiest to come across. It cost me 80 or 85. I think it's now going for over 100. Let me get it out of all this flaming packaging. I'll handle it extremely carefully because this is mint as, and it is X-Wing Luke. It doesn't so much look like Luke, to be honest, but I love his X-Wing costume and his saber and everything. This is number 1. This is the first. That's maybe why it brings a pretty penny as well, because this is the first ever Black Series figure that were released. So maybe that's why as well. I wanted number 1 in the line. Number 2 is Darth Maul, I believe, which is also a cool figure. I'm going to be after him at some point. Doing this video is kind of, so yeah, that's my most expensive and my kind of pride and joy. So doing this video again is kind of, again, rejuvenating my feelings for Star Wars figures in general, and Black Series. So it's kind of making me want to start collecting them again. I never got an R2. I ain't got an R2, I ain't got a C-3PO, I ain't flaming got a Han Solo, thinking about it now. I ain't got a Leia. There's quite a lot I ain't got actually. They're all out there, they're all released. The recent one being released was a Gamorrean Guard, 6-inch Gamorrean Guard, you know, from Return of the Jedi, one of the guards that gets kicked in the pit with Luke. So there's one of them released and that looks really awesome. So yeah, they're my Black Series figures. I will leave it at that. It's 22 minutes, it's quite a long video actually. Hope you've enjoyed. It might not be your thing, as people on my channel are just more or less retro gamers, but hopefully this reaches other people as well who like Black Series and you've enjoyed seeing my collection. So thank you for watching if you've kind of stayed through the pain of watching this. But yeah, awesome, I'm made up with the collection. And Empire Strikes Back t-shirt! Thanks for watching, peace!